Okay, so I want to show a little bit of my process because the process matters. There's a lot that goes on before you get to the pretty pictures and the nice renderings and the trees, the vegetation, da. So I just want to show you where I'm going with this. So first, I want to explain what's going on here. So we have, I'm still working on the fourth one, but I wanted to do a similar theme, similar design, but just keep decreasing the size of the home. So this one right here is the largest unit, largest home residence. I think it's about 1,000 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom. This is kind of a small house, more or less. It's definitely a small house. I'm not designing mansions right now. And the one in the middle is going to be our small home. It's going to be a 1-bedroom. It is 820 something square feet. And the one on the left is going to be our tiny home. And I believe that one is 400 something square feet. And I have one last one where I'm going to do a micro house. Because this is my tiny house, small house, regular house. The micro house is going to be, I think, 320 or 40 by 80, if I'm doing the math correct, container home or shipping container. So that one's loaded. So I just want you to see the design really quick, see what we're working with. All right, so this is our largest unit. The 2-bedroom, this is the 1-bedroom. See what we got going on. And then lastly, our tiny house here. Boom. All right, similar design. We're just modifying just a few exterior elements, but the language is still talking. We're still talking the same language here. So I want to break down how I'm dividing up these containers. So we're gonna go ahead and open up in here. I'm gonna remove the exterior shell of every model so you can see just what I'm working with here. Boom, all right, we're done. So, all right, so you can see from the top, this is what we're working with here. So the 2-bedroom unit, the largest unit, we have 4 20 by 8 foot containers and one 40-foot container. All of the widths are 8 feet. These are all also high cubes. So the difference between a standard container and a high cube container is one is 8 feet and the high cube is 9'6", I'm sorry. So you really get that additional height. So the second one here, which is going to be our first small home, is 2 40-foot containers and a 20-foot in the middle. And then the tiny home is going to be 1 40-foot and 1 20-foot. And then eventually when I do the micro house, micro residence, it's just going to be one simple 40-foot container, which is 40 by 8. And I think it's, again, 320. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm doing the math right. So we're just gonna, like I said, we're moving down in this size. So, all right, so I just broke down, and then also in the back, the patios. I wanted to have a patio, and so for each residence, they have their own exterior terrace, elevated off the ground, because you know how Florida likes to flood and hurricane every 5 minutes. So it's about what we're looking at, about 3 feet off the ground, elevated. And I saw this really cool concept when I went to visit one of the warehouses with my husband and I, that the company that they build shipping container homes. They help, people develop them. So we went to the warehouse, and I saw that as they, there were some people in the warehouse working on some things, I saw that they had shipping container pools. So I'm like, if we're gonna go shipping container residence, we might as well add in the pool. Yes, it's small, but hey, it's something. It's something. So each residence has their own little 20 by 8 container. These are not going to be high cubes because there's no reason to have a 9'6" depth pool. So we're not diving that deep in these little pools here. So this one's still in progress for the tiny home. So that's going to be the half in-ground shipping container pool. Pretty neat concept. All right, so let me add back all of my roofs so you got an understanding of how I engulfed my containers. And another thing I wanted to note is, as I've been doing some research, pretty extensive research in the past 2 years or so, as I'm trying to move into container home development, was that you want to reduce the amount of cutting that you're doing to the containers. So what I've been doing, of course, the interior walls of most of these containers all have to be cut out, but they're going to be welded together, so that's not really a structural issue there. But with the windows, all I'm doing for every unit, every home, is taking out the double doors that are already at the ends. So as you can see on the sides, of course there's going to be some type of stucco or concrete on the outside because I'm adding a shell, but no cuts on the outsides of any of the residences, none whatsoever. All I'm doing again is taking out, actually let me go over here and show you. See some containers here. All I'm doing is taking out the double doors of each of the containers, and I'm just installing hurricane impact windows on both sides, so that way you're getting direct or indirect lighting. It depends on where these homes may be located geographically, but you're definitely going to have some lighting here and some lighting here. Right? Glass windows, glass doors, full height windows, all impact. So, oh, I lied. Oh no, I didn't lie. Sorry, this is not a cut through the container. So this is just the roof. I saw this in one of my friends' houses in their back patio, and I thought this was so cute. So I wanted to add in a little, it's not little, but a nice sun, can't remember the word right now, but I wanted to add that. So as you're coming up to the entrance, you get a little bit of shade. You can also check to see, hey, is it raining or not? Although you can also just look out the window, but still, architecture means you need to be aesthetically pleasing. So it's loading, it's frozen, but hey, again, this is all part of the process. So I want to show you guys how I'm getting to the pretty pictures and the rendering, and et cetera, et cetera. All right, so I did temporarily turn off the vegetation because it definitely slows down my project. But I just want to show you what a touch of tropical landscape can do to a project. So it's already giving it some life. I definitely wanted to add some banana palms and all the that's not supposed to be there, whatever. Some banana palms in the fronts of each of the residences because I wanted to add some privacy without having to add anything that's permanent, like a permanent screen or anything. Of course, when the resident always has the option to install their own window shades on the inside, that's their home. Once it's purchased, it's out of my hands. So I'm just providing the most, architecturally structural features to the home so they don't have to add all these extra things. So I just wanted to also call out this little feature that I added in all the homes. It's this wood trellis here that I'm going to have a little bit, some nice wood members, just to add some dynamic movement, some airflow, some lighting, some natural light into a small section, small area. Again, keeping the same language throughout. All right, so now I want to show you this cool program I've been learning. It's called D5. So since I've been in college, I've been really exploring quite a few rendering programs, and the only one I feel like I kind of mastered is V-Ray. I've kind of stuck to that my entire architectural career, but I'm learning different things, jumping through AI hoops and etc. I'm gonna have to update for a second. Bear with me. Let me update this really quick.